Everyone is a target. You hear it on the news every day. You hear it on the radio every day. You see it in the newspaper. You Google anything, it comes up, knife crime. But yet people are still choosing to ignore it. Even though it's there in their face on a daily basis, you're still choosing to ignore death on your doorstep. You are a victim. It doesn't matter how you look at it, that you live on a really posh estate. You've got a nice car. You don't go out to these rough places. It doesn't matter.
There's always the excuse. It won't happen to me.
It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, whether you are invincible to a point where you're not associated around any of that stuff. Accidents can happen, and you could be a victim of an accident by being in the wrong place at the wrong time, just like my brother. The problem that we have is knife crime's become a need now rather than a want. Like, people are like using knives as a fashion accessory. Like, you have to have one. You know, it's even come to a point of a fashion accessory. Like, if you've got a zombie knife, that's cool because you can't get them anymore. You know what I mean? It's illegal to buy or possess a zombie knife now. So, like, if you've got one of them, it's like the next big thing. It's like wearing something fashionable on, you know, and things like that. But it's not a case of an age range. It seems to be that you see 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds stabbing people and killing them.
Yeah.
One, they're unaware of that potentially it can cause death. Like, just because you've stabbed someone, it doesn't mean that you're not going to kill them. You know, your intention, if you're carrying a knife, the intention's there. That's death. If you use that weapon, it's death. You know, and the outcome is life in jail. And you know, or death yourself. You know, some people that carry a knife are the victims of knives. You know, they can get them took off them and used on themselves. We find that a lot with the statistics that we run, that a lot of people that are dying from knives are people that have got them themselves. You know, like they're carrying dropped it and been stabbed themselves. That's another with their own knives. And then you've got like the elders. You know, the elders have been there. They've grown up, but because these kids are young, they're softer, so they're growing up not being able to fight. So the elders are arming them and demanding that if they're carrying their drugs and they're moving them from A to B, if they lose them, they have to answer to these guys that they look upon as like feared, scary guys. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to answer to that guy that you know will kill you, or are you going to carry a knife to make sure that that's not going to happen, without, you know, realization that they're more worried about what that guy's going to say or do to them than what they're going to do to the person that they use the knife on. You know, a lot of these kids we found don't actually want to carry a knife, but they have to.
It's protection, is it? Or is it?
Protection and status. Status. And that's the sad thing about it. You have a choice. You have 10 pairs of trainers in front of you. You have a choice which pair you're going to wear, right?
Yeah.
It's no different from you choosing to pick that knife up. You choosing to carry that. That's your choice. That's your path. No one's told you to do that. They've given you guidance. They're guiding you into doing it. You should do this. But at the end of the day, you have that ability to say no. If you don't, then you've chose that path. You then pull that weapon out. That's your choice. You pull that weapon out. You stab that person. That's your choice. No one's told you to do that. You've done that. You know? So all of this has been down to choice as you as an individual. It's not down to culture of music or, you know, how low you wear your trousers. It's all down to choice. And if you can start that, like Jay said, from home, you can help them make a better choice, or having an understanding of the choices you make, like what we're doing with the charity. Raise the awareness of choice. You know, things ain't going to change with us now, not yet. It's too deep. Things have got so deep, it's not going to change now. But if the government pull their finger out their arse and they get the police involved and the council and the public all pull together now, our children will be safe again. You know, I'm not saying that it's like no one's going to get stabbed or no one's going to get anything, but it's going to decrease. And if it decreases, your child's got more chance of survival, to go on and live a normal life, get a mortgage, get a job, you know, like come home, cry on your sofa because his girlfriend finished with him or whatever, boyfriend. You know, you'll get to live that. But as long as it keeps happening now, you ain't never going to be able to take your child to prom. You ain't never going to be able to watch them get married, have their first child, buy their first house. You ain't going to see any of that because you're being blind to what's happening right now.